What's happening, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Max Power CORSA build. In this video we're going to get the rocker cover cleaned, painted and back on the engine. But first, before we do that, we've got a wee bit of work to do underneath it, so let's get it off and see what we're working with. So now the rocker cover is off, and what we're going to do today is change the valve stem seals, which are these things. We're doing that because what happens is over time the seals degrade and start passing oil through and it starts blowing smoke. So it's very common for these engines. So we're just going to change them while the engine's out and before it goes in the car. We're just going to change them to just try and prevent that and try and make it run a bit better. First thing we need to do is get these cams out. So we'll take these cam caps off and then we can lift the cams out. So we've got the cams off and all laid out on the bench, and we've got the spring compressor tool all set up on the head. So we're going to start with these two first and see how it goes.
You were like a ransom note. If I give in, will you come home? I put everything I had into getting you back. That's
the first one done. Wasn't actually as bad as what I thought. Just get 15 more to do now. So you've just seen me change the first seal, but here's the second one in a bit more detail. So I'm using the tool to compress the spring so that I can get the two halves of the collar off. And when I tell you these were a nightmare, that is no exaggeration. And then I can release the spring to allow me to take the cap and the spring out, and then I can use a set of long nose pliers to wiggle the old seal off, and after preparing the new seal I can pop that over the top of the valve and use a socket and just tap it into place. Next I can put the spring and the cap back on, and then I can use the tool to compress the spring and put the two halves of the collar back on. This took the longest part of the job. These were such a nightmare to go back on. Finally, that's the collars back on and the second seal changed. Just another 14 more to go now. So that is the last seal done. They were such a pain to do, but they're all changed now, so we can start getting the spring compressor off and getting all the cams and everything back in and the head built back up. So cams are all back in, all tightened up, all torqued to spec. All that's left now to do is to get this side all built back up, water pump, pulleys, and then we can get the engine timed up. And then it's time to start bolting things back on and get it ready to go in the car. So, as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.